JavaScript load event window load. Wait until everything on the page is completely loaded before running the code. Load event waits for everything on the page to finish loading, not just the HTML. This makes it useful when your code depends on images or other resources. There are 5 steps involved to demonstrate how the window load works. Number 1 is attach event listener to the window, and this runs when the whole page is fully loaded. Next, the page becomes fully loaded. All your HTML, CSS, images, and everything else finishes loading. Step 3 is that we are going to make the event to be triggered in order to load and fires the page automatically. Next, we are going to select the elements by targeting the paragraph. Together, let's go through the process of how window loads delay the execution of JavaScript code when a page is fully loaded into the DOM. So first of all, here I'm going to add a p tag with an ID of, let's say, an ID of box. I think I have box here. Yeah, and this should be okay. Then I can come inside the script tag. And inside the script tag, I need to add events here to window. Now, you can go ahead and follow the window objects. Let's add event listener. So I want to add a load event and a function. And inside this function, I want to get my element ID. That's demo. ID name is demo. Dot inner HTML equals page is fully loaded. So from what you can see here, we are basically not seeing any big thing that is happening physically. But then what we are trying to show here is how the browser loads the elements of a web page. Now, what this load is doing here is that it waits until the entire page, the HTML, if we have images and CSS, it waits until all of those elements are fully loaded before it will display this message. Like if we take this one out, if we take this HTML part out, then and change this to demo 1, then nothing will be displayed, which means that JavaScript will not show anything unless the element that needs to interact with is first fully loaded into the DOM. And what am I talking about? If you inspect your code, so you can see something like a tree-like way, a tree-like a tree-like drawing. Yeah, let me use draw something like a tree with nodes inside your code. Inside your browser, you can see as I'm clicking each of those nodes, if they have children under them, they will display it. So something like this tree-like mode is what is called a DOM, which is document object model. So all of these elements, the style, HTML, images, and every other thing must first have been loaded into the browser before JavaScript can interact with it. So this load event here is telling JavaScript, is telling this JavaScript code that waits until every other element has been loaded before you now interact with the element that you want to interact with. So the load event is what runs when the entire page is fully loaded. And then this window object represents the whole browser page. So everything that we have here is what is represented as this window object. And from that window object is where we added an event listener to wait for an event. And what is that event? For other elements to load. And then we are now using this inner HTML to cause a DOM manipulation on this ID that belongs to the object that wants to manipulate. This is it. The ID is here. So this we are not even using it. So I can take this out and our code will still work because the demo is already on this document. So this is what the window load event does in JavaScript. It runs only when everything is loaded. So it waits for the entire page before it runs any JavaScript code, and it runs later than the DOM content loaded that we first talked about. And this is especially useful for when working with images or external resources and helps avoid loading related issues. So unlike this DOM content loaded, so the load event helps avoid loading related issues. So this will run when the DOM has been fully formed, unlike load that will only run when every other thing on the entire page has been loaded. So this is the difference between the DOM content loaded and the load event in JavaScript.